friends, welcome back to my channel. Long time no sitting down video and I apologise for that. It's been a while since I've had a new video of my channel again. Apologise for that. As you can see from the title of the video, today I am doing a very long overdue sort of mush together of quite a lot of videos that should have been done over the last couple of months. That is my February, March and April wrap-ups and then my May TBR. I've just been so busy this year and just haven't been able to get around to putting the individual videos up, so I thought today, as I've got the time, I'd just put all the videos together, show you the books that I've read for the last 3 months and the ones that I'm hopefully going to read this month. Books that I read in February are actually 2 comic books, and they are volumes 1 and 2 of the same series, and that is volumes 1 and volume 2 of The Wicked and the Divine. This is an amazing comic book series that I actually originally read last year. I have a full video review of volume 1 up, so if I remember I'll link that in the description box. And I then got volume 2 at some point since, can't really properly remember when, but I really wanted to read volume 2. I had a bit of time, and my problem was that I couldn't fully remember what volume 1 was happened, but at the same time I know that volume 1 ended on like a massive cliffhanger, and so I just read volume 1 again, then read volume 2, and volume 1 seemed to make so much sense to me this time round. I don't know if it was because I was rereading it or whether I just read it when I was a bit more awake, but volume 1, I didn't end volume 1 going what the flip just happened, which is what happened the first time I read it, and then that led way to volume 2 just blowing my socks off. Like, the ending of volume 2 of this is, volume 2 was just incredible. If you don't know about The Wicked and the Divine, the concept is that every 90 years, every 90 years 12 gods come back to earth as young people. They are loved, they are hated, they are adored, they are despised, but after 2 years all of them are dead. And it's what happens with these 12 gods, and the artwork, this series just known for how fantastic its artwork is. I'll just show you some of it because I just cannot get over like how amazing the art in this series is, and even if you just get 1 volume for the art, like, it'll be worth it. So the art in this series absolutely kicks ass. I cannot recommend this series enough. I would definitely say that as volumes 1 and volume 2 are both out, get them both together. Volume 2 is so much better than volume 1, and as I say in my full review video of volume 1, it does end quite confusingly, and you do sort of have to be very awake and aware when you are reading this series, because it sort of flips between lots of different things that are going on, and if you're not completely paying attention then you might miss stuff and you might get a bit confused, which is what happened to me. And also the names of some of these characters are a bit confusing, so I mixed them up a couple of times, which obviously is very helpful. But honestly, this series is fab. As I just showed you, the artwork is incredible for The Wicked and the Divine, and volume 2 just took my breath away. Like, it ended on the most insane cliffhanger that I think I've seen in a long time in a comic book, and it was just amazeballs. I just also want to say that apologies if the light keeps going funny and changing in this video. The weather outside is like ridiculous, and I like my videos with natural light because I have like 5 windows, so it works quite well. But the weather and the clouds are a bit ridiculous today, so if the light keeps getting a bit funny, I apologise. I'll try and sort it out in post, but it might not happen. Next 2 books that I read on holiday in Spain. If you don't know that I've been away, follow me on Instagram, check my Instagram out and see all the pictures, and there's also now some of my blog, which is always linked in the description. But I read, when I go away, I read a heck of a lot, so I think I read like 3 books, but the next 2 I definitely read, and the first of these is The Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz, a Descendants novel, and this book blew up on YouTube and BookTube last year, and this, it's a story, it's basically, how do I explain The Isle of the Lost? So Disney have done a film / TV show, I'm not quite sure which, about the lives of the children of some of the most well-known Disney villains, and this book is basically a prequel to what went up on Disney Channel. And overall, I really enjoyed this book. I raced through it. It's super cute, it's super fun. I actually saw someone on Goodreads compare this book to fan fiction, and you know what, it kind of is like a bit like fan fiction. However, it is amazingly written, really hilarious fan fiction, so I didn't mind. Like, So this book starts, and all of the Disney villains that you know I love, because you know we love them really, have been banished to the Isle of the Lost. They are doomed to live there forever. Don't have magic, and all of the good people are all of the good people, the princesses, sidekicks, are all living in a really nice place, and they live in this really horrible place. And I'm not gonna lie, this book basically makes you fall in love with the villains, and sort of the good characters just get on your nerves a heck of a lot. But this is the story of 4 of the children of Disney's villains. So it's the children of Maleficent, Jafar, Cruella de Vil, and the Evil Queen. 2 girls, 2 boys. It's so fun. Like, as I say, it is a bit like fan fiction, and they could have been more creative with the names, but I understand why they did it. So Maleficent's daughter is called Mal, and Jafar's son is called Jay, and Cruella's son is called Carlos. They could have been a bit more creative with the names, but if you love Disney as much as I love Disney, which I hopefully at this point you know I adore Disney, you will love this book. Like, don't take it too seriously. It's not some hard-hitting like fantasy book that is gonna take your breath away and be your best favourite series ever, but it's just fun, and it's just Disney, and it's great. I really enjoyed it. And then the second book that I finished on holiday is This May Sound Crazy by Abigail Breslin. This is obviously a book by Abigail Breslin, the actress, who is about the same age as me, but I think she's about 18. And if you are like if you're a girl who's between the ages of about 15 and 20, I think you will enjoy this. You have to sort of take it with a pinch of salt. But this is basically just her telling stories, giving advice. Like, some of the ways it's written is like how me and my best friend write to each other, and there is emojis in it. And when I was on holiday, I was like Snapchatting pictures of the titles to my best friend, like, look, this happened to us, and this is what we're going through, and stuff like this goes on in our life, and it's not just us. And it's really funny, it's laugh out loud, it's not some like hard-hitting, it's another one that's not some hard-hitting like self-help guidance book. It's trials and tribulations and stories of I think she's like 17, 18-year-old actress who actually has got a real life and real friends and real problems, and she just sort of talks through them. It's sort of like Tumblr and Instagram and a book had a baby, and this is what they came out with. The writing is pretty big, like it won't take you long to get through. And like, see if you can see there, like it's got emojis in, and it's a lot of fun. Let me read you some of the titles of some of the chapters, because it is kind of hilarious. And if you're a similar age to this, then you will then you will totally get it. One of the things I do have to say is that it is written at points, it's like KK, and it's written quite simplistically, in a way that most people like our age wouldn't text, but you just have to sort of take it. But I loved some of the title names. So chapter 1 is Reasons Not to Stalk Your Ex, How to Be Friends with both people in a breakup, The Time Ryan Gosling Gave Me a Pep Talk, How to Get Over a Breakup, The Friend Code, How Not to Flirt, Why Not to Be Everything You Mean on Social Media, Why I Love Unrequited Love, Let's Make a New Beginning. Like, this book is just fun and cute, and if you're, as I say, if you're like 15 to 20, 16 to 20, if you've got a sense of humour and you're living a life where you know that social media lies, this book is for you. My one issue with this book is actually more to do with the cover, and when I was reading this, I was checking Abigail Breslin's Instagram out, and this cover, this bright pink cover, is like the opposite of, I think, her and her personal style, or what comes across as her and her personal style on Instagram. And that sort of threw me off a little bit, because in the book she's just a very like, light-hearted, sassy, fun, no-nonsense girl, and the cover is very obviously pink and girly, and she doesn't really come across that way like on her social media and the stuff she posts, and that threw me through a loop. But overall, as I say, great book. Take it with a pinch of salt, but laugh out loud, have fun, understand that people like Abigail Breslin are still teenagers too. And then the final 2 books that I read this month are the first and second in a duology, and these, to took my breath away, and that is Eon and Iona by Alison Goodman. This series is like, whoa. I literally was running home from uni, like I was running, jumping off the tram to come home and finish this series because it is so flipping good. Ooh. Getting far too overexcited about Eon and Iona and Alison Goodman's writing and how incredible this series is. I honestly don't even know where to begin with this series. It's so good. So I'll start with Eon, and so from the basics, Eon is about dragons. This is the second dragon series that I have read this year, and it's like one of my two favourite series of 2016, and they've both got dragons in. Probably says quite a bit about me, but well. So Eon is, as I said, about dragons. It's set in like fantasy Oriental China / Japan. It doesn't, I think it's, I'm gonna go with China, but I don't know if it completely says, but it's like an fantasy Oriental world in the past, focusing on dragons, and it's about a boy called Eon who is training to be the next Dragon Knight. There are 12 dragons and 12 Dragon Knights, and they each have an apprentice, and he is training to then potentially become the next dragon, the new apprentice for one of the Dragon Knights, the rat Dragon Eye, and he is going through training for that. And he's wanting to be the apprentice, but he's also being thrown into a world of court intrigue, and there's a dying emperor and figuring all this out, but there's also sort of a rebellion, and it is just amazing. This is a bit also about like Mulan, as you might have gathered. This is definitely a spoiler, but well. The Iona, Eon is actually a girl called Iona, and this book just took my entire world by storm. Like, this series, it's a duology, both of them are out, so like I love it when I find a series and all the books in it are out, because then I know that I don't have to be like, right, I'm twiddling my fingers for 6 months waiting for the next book and my favourite series to come out. Both books in this series are out. Alison Goodman killed it. She wrote like the characters in this, and especially in Iona, like there are plot twists that like you just do not see coming, and it's incredible. And the characters in this series are just so complex, and the lives they lead are so complex, and the stuff they're going through is so complex, and it's a fantasy world that is just amazing, and I think she merges fantasy and Oriental history so beautifully and flawlessly, and her writing is amazing, and never for a moment does Alison Goodman forget that the main character she's writing about is like still a child, and never does she forget that what she is writing actually needs to sort of in a lot of ways come off as real, because although it is fantasy, it's also got an element of magical realism too, and this is just fantastic. Like, it's dragons and the Orient and like plot twists and amazingness, and so it deals with the issue of sort of her pretending to be a boy. It also deals with things to do with transgender and romance and relationships. And the romance doesn't really come in until Iona, and oh, I'm just, please, if you are taking anything from this video, go and read Eon and Iona. Like, this series is fantastic. As I've already said, Alison Goodman killed it in my opinion. She blew me away. There were times when I got peed off in Iona, but that is more to do with the way that the characters acted. However, it wasn't out of character, it was exactly how that individual person would act. I just didn't like how they were acting, but that's nothing to do with the writing style, and it ended amazingly. I kind of want a third book, kind of want like a mini sequel, just to be like, okay, they're all fine, this is all good. And like, people take you by surprise, and she just blew me away. She killed it. They're beautiful. Go and read Eon and Iona. Fantasy, dragons, magic, kick-ass females who like aren't female but are female, and they are, and people like finding themselves and finding their identity, and it's just mystery after mystery that just gets revealed so amazingly. Like, yes, this series is just amazing. So there we have it, folks, the 6 books that I've read over the last 3 months, and I currently only really have one book on my TBR for May, and that is to finish It by Alexa Chung. I read this book a couple of years ago. Well, I read it pretty much as soon as it came out, and I'm currently sort of rereading it. I'm currently on page 69. It won't take me long to get through this. I'm just really enjoying having something to easily flick through. After the books that I've read recently, I needed something that was a bit less emotionally tugging. I have a really busy May. If I upload this, I think I'm going to upload this about under a week ago. We got given our like dissertation proposal project, 3,000 words, and it's in within a month. So reading isn't going to be the top of my priority list, so Alexa Chung's It is the only thing that is on my TBR. Oh, I myself in the face, guy. It's the only thing on my TBR for May. Hopefully I will read more, but I'm not putting any pressure on it. So there we have it, folks. All things that I've read in the last 3 months, what I hopefully will read this month, and all of my feelings. I feel like this video is going to be very long, and I apologise, but I have a lot of feelings about these books, as you can probably tell. So I hope you did. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. If you've got any book recommendations for me, put them in the comments. And if you've got any video requests, again, stick them in the comments and I'll try and do them. If I'll get around to them, might take me a while, but I'll eventually get around to them. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Remember to like and subscribe if you did, and I shall see you next time. Bye.